dry pouring concrete has been a bit of a trend. A lot of different DIY projects just put the dry concrete mix and sprinkle some water on top and it's as good as done. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that and I do not recommend doing that for a slab. But did you know when it comes to setting 4x4 posts in concrete, that is actually exactly what the instructions say if you have a hole less than 30 inches. I've always been a bit skeptical that that water on the surface is actually going to pull down through. So that's exactly what we're going to test out here. One, we're going to do exactly as the instructions say, and the second is actually feedback from you guys. So let's jump into it. On the left-hand side, I'll add the water on top of the dry mix, and then we'll add the water halfway through, then add more dry mix and complete it off with some water on top and mix it with a piece of rod, as you guys suggested in our last video. Now this is a 30-minute time lapse, the first 30 minutes, and I was able to add the complete 1.5 gallons to both sides and then just let that water pull down through. Now you'll see on the left-hand side, all dry mix with water on top, it continues to pull lower and lower, while the right-hand side started much, much lower, but it seems to be progressing a little bit slower. And at the end of the 30 minutes, we still have plenty of standing water, both on test 2 and on test 1. Now I'm going to give this a total of 4 hours setting. We'll cut the buckets open and see what the results are. All right, after 4 hours, now let's go ahead and cut these guys open right away. Test number 2, which actually had the dry mix water, and a little mixing, still has standing water after 4 hours. And the one which was all the concrete dry mix and then water on top has fully soaked in, although there does look to be a little bit of a water leak there. But I do not see any dry spots on test 1. We see a little bit on test 2. So let's cut these open and see what the results are. So I just use my angle grinder with a little cutoff wheel here and open these up. Interesting thing is on this first test, remember just the water on top, I can actually see water leaking out the bottom. So that means we got water all the way down through that dry mix, which is encouraging and kind of surprising. I didn't expect it to do that for at least the test 1. Now moving on to test 2, there is some water in the top there I need to dump out. And then I'll just open things up so we can see these side by side and compare the results. So overall, pretty interesting results. Test 1, where we had all the dry mix and then just the water on top and let it actually soak through. And then test 2, filled it half full of dry mix, then put water in, filled the rest away with dry mix, and then water on top. This one had standing water on the top after the 4 hours being set, and then this one was soaked all the way through. What we do see is actually the second test, where we are poking with the rebar, trying to mix it up, actually did a worse job. There was dry pack on the bottom and still dry concrete left in our bucket, while I had a full saturation of water all the way through test 1, which is pretty interesting. And when we do a measurement, I have about 14.5 or 15 inches of mixed concrete now here, and kind of 12 inches up to about 10 inches over on our second test. So we had less water penetration. I'm not sure really why that was. Maybe that first mix here kind of blocked off the rest of the water we added up top, so it wasn't able to penetrate all the way down. While here, we had all the water on top and it just kept working its way through the concrete dry pour and then fully saturated it. Now, usually when I've done these in the past, they've been pretty brittle. We are supposed to be able to put this under load in 4 hours. So I have a 2-pound sledge and I'm just going to give it some light taps to see how strong either of these are and if they overall are pretty brittle at this stage. Yeah, and this is what I've seen in the past, is you might get full saturation all the way through, but the mix is pretty brittle. Now, 4 hours is supposed to carry a load. This is a bit of an aggressive test where you'd want to let it cure for longer than that, but these are some pretty light taps. There, it's opening up. Overall, the test number 2, which a lot of you guys gave the feedback of mixing in that hole, it didn't seem to have any advantages and possibly some disadvantages compared to just filling your hole with the actual concrete dry mix and then just letting the water work its way through. Now, the biggest drawback of either of these methods is I think you get inconsistent results, and it really depends on the ground around your hole, how much that's gonna soak up, because if that soaks up a lot of the water you have standing on top of your dry mix, you're not gonna get much penetration, and that's why we get such inconsistent results. So if you want the best chance of success in setting a post, I would do a wet mix. I know it's gonna take more time, you're hand mixing it in a wheelbarrow, but that is gonna give you the most consistent results and just be a overall better outcome for you.